Good morning, everyone. Ashley Unger here, Cafe U. I am here for my second coffee chat, and so I'm really excited to have another coffee with y'all. And today I'm in the Fraulein room, or the Perry room, which is our purple room upstairs at the cafe, and we are known for hosting a lot of brides groups up here and high teas. And it's also a really nice spot to kind of find yourself alone. So that's where I've camped out this morning, and I've kind of closed the door and put a little do not disturb sign on the handle. So just know that, you know, if you need some privacy, go for it. Unless it's a Saturday, because our Saturdays kind of get crazy for lunch. So this morning I decided it's really hot outside, and I'm doing a cold brew with coconut and white mocha, which is our manager's favorite brandy. And I've got a cold foam on top, which is so lovely. I was going to put a straw on it because I know that I'm going to have a little stash here in a minute. But this is literally the best way to drink this drink. You definitely want to get the cold brew through the cold foam. So anyhow, cheers to another beautiful morning. There it is. I decided I didn't need anything to eat this morning, but if you're into sausage bundles, this is one thing I wanted to tell y'all about this morning because it's probably my favorite thing to pair up with the cold brew. It's sausage and cream cheese mixed in with a really lovely pastry around it, and has this mustardy, syrupy sauce on top. So anyways, it's really, really good. It has poppy seeds on it. I would highly recommend getting that with your cold brew. So this morning I decided to kind of revisit last week and add to it just a little bit. I'm really into making sure that conversations are flowing and not so random. So all week I've really been thinking a lot about the topics that go along with creating your values and your mission statement, creating your mission for your life. And so last week, yes, we talked about how pinpointing your values is really, really important because the values go with you your whole life. They go with you wherever you go. No matter what you do, your values are the center point. And taking those values and making sure that your mission in your life and your purpose and what you have to contribute to society and to your neighbors and the people that you directly affect, those values are incorporated in that mission. And I feel like that mission will always be carried through your life, and you'll always be doing things that make you happy ultimately, or make you feel fulfilled because you're achieving something that humans need, and we're all humans, right? So today I'd like to talk about time. Time is such a deep topic and such a heavy topic, of course. I mean, I could literally talk about time every day, all day long. I love it. What is it? You know, how do we experience it? Why do we experience time the way that we do? So one thing that this has definitely been buzzing around, and it's funny because it keeps being brought up, and I have little conversations with people here and there, and I have been for the last few months about time, how to manage it, and how it affects our lives. It's really interesting to me because my husband and I, we're on the older end of the millennial generation, the Generation Y. And, you know, I'm sure you've heard it many a times, but we were brought up mostly without technology. Computers were only really introduced in my house when I was in high school, maybe middle school, but that was really not something that we did. And then cell phones were really not something I had until I was 16. And so, you know, I didn't have technology to distract me. And so, and neither did my husband. And this is one of the reasons why it's taken me so long to get on social media and to get into it, because I don't like wasting my time. And that can be argued. You know, I'm not saying that being online is a waste of time, but how you manage it is important. And, you know, this is not something so much being taught. So maybe it is now. I know that my oldest, my 9-year-old, his teacher did talk a lot about, you know, teaching him to manage his time last year. Thankfully, he goes to a school where they're not on their laptops or computers all day long, and it's a privilege, and it's something they work on when they get their work done. But as adults, when you have your day set, it's really important that you manage how much time you are online, because life is not all online. So let me just take a step back and say, once you figure out your values, once you figure out your mission, it's really important that you figure out how to manage your time adequately between those values, because that's what's going to make you most happy. You're literally focusing on those things that matter the most. Okay, so if you have 5 or 6 values that you hold the most dear, and those are all incorporated in your mission, you're going to figure out a way to juggle your time between, or incorporate all of them at the same time, however, whatever that means. You're going to figure out a way to manage your time between them. If you're spending all of your time doing something that's not within those values and your mission, then more than likely you're probably going to be wasting time or not be so happy. Maybe not. That's just my opinion. So when I'm waking up every day, I'm constantly thinking, okay, well, family is one of my values. I have to focus and pay attention to my family. I have to make sure my kids eat well. I have to make sure that I'm playing with them and having a good time and relaxing and enjoying life, because that's very important to me. You know, making sure that I'm traveling and focusing on traveling. So if I'm not planning a trip, I'm talking to travelers, you know, I'm being around that. I'm looking up articles. I'm figuring out where I want to go next. You know, that's not something that I'm always doing, but it's definitely on my radar. It makes me happy. I absolutely love talking to people. I love community. So, you know, when I wake up, I'm thinking, how can I be working towards goals to be more focused on the community? And the cafe is beautiful because it's literally my outlet for that. I can come up here and chat with people, and, you know, like on my way up here, I just got in a conversation and we were talking about anxiety and mental health. You know, it's something that is important to me. I like to talk to people and communicate about relevant issues, which is what I'm doing right now. So, you know, if your value is beauty and you really love beautiful things and you like to make yourself look beautiful every day and you like to make your house look beautiful, and, you know, then you might spend an hour getting ready for the day, and you might spend more time in the week, you know, cleaning your house. So your values and your time management are always going to be different than someone else's, right? I mean, I don't focus on other people's the way that they spend their time, because what is important to me might not be important to them. And so I feel like when we're online all the time, we're constantly seeing how other people are spending their time, and we're feeling pressured, right? We feel like we have to be doing what they're doing. You know, like, why can't I be that pretty? Why can I, you know, why can I be that rich? Or why can I make those amazing videos that are perfectly edited, which is not me, y'all. So my videos might not be that great. They might not be that interesting. But the message is most important to me, right? So I'm going to spend more time thinking about the quality of what I'm talking about, not so much what it looks like. Although I was really impressed with myself about putting the clock behind me, since we're talking about time. So anyways, I'm really curious to know how you spend your time. What is important to you? What do you focus on when you wake up? How do you stay focused? So this is another thing, you know, we're always distracted. There's so many distractions now, and I am a victim to it sometimes. And this is one of the reasons why my husband and I stayed off social media for so long, is you find yourself just mindlessly surfing and looking up videos, and then you look up and it's an hour later and you're thinking, wow, that sucks. Or, wow, that was fun. It depends on, I guess, what you want out of life. But I can tell you that I have lots of goals and I have lots of aspirations, and I would never want to look back on my deathbed or when I'm older and think, damn, I wish I would have done that, or I wish I wouldn't have spent so much time thinking about those videos, or getting online and looking at those videos, or looking up, what other people are doing, or worrying about what other people are doing. So this is one of the reasons I started our coffee chats off with the mission, your life mission. If you focused on what you want and you're focused on what's important to you, then your everyday can be navigated to tailor your needs, and your time is spent more efficiently. I hate wasting time. I cannot stand thinking that I didn't do as much as I could have done that day. And that doesn't mean literally or physically moving or not getting all my goals accomplished that day. That just means not being able to focus on those things that are most important to me. Dang, I didn't read a book to my kid because I didn't get dinner started until, too late, and because I was online, or, you know what I mean? Like those kind of things. Let's be real here. We all make mistakes. We all waste time here and there. But I think it's important to focus on not wallowing or getting wrapped up in other people's time, what they're doing. So anyways, I'm here to empower you to think about how you spend your time. But I want to know how you spend your time. I love knowing why people focus on what they do. And so write in the comments below, what are you doing? How do you start your day? I start my day out with my coffee. It's very important to me. I go outside and I feed my pigs and my animals. It always gets me started for the day. It gets my mind right. My chickens, my daughter, she frolics around. She's little still. And then I sit down and I write my to-do list, and I think, okay, how do I make sure that what I need to accomplish today gets done? I always write it down. Writing things down is so important. It helps you create intention. And if you can create intention every day, then you can stay focused. And those, of course, things on your list should always, be meaningful things, or things that you have to do, of course. But list making is like so epic to me. And so many people don't do it. Write a list out, or even, and I've heard of this and I've done it before, and I don't do it all the time. List making is more my thing. But before you get out of bed, and visualize how you want your day to go. Okay, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna get my coffee. All right, I'm gonna get my pigs fed, and there's gonna be a lot of food in the bowl, so I don't have to open up the bag and fill it up. Thinking about how efficient and perfect everything's gonna flow, and how, and it's funny because when you visualize, you actually problem solve along the way. Okay, oh crap, in order to do that, I have to kind of get prepared for that. And so it sets you up right, and your mental health is better, and you're set up and ready for the day. So anyways, these are all just my tips and tricks. I have this fear of regret, and so I'm always living in hindsight. Okay, how can I do everything? I tell all my friends all the time, and I'm sure people are tired of hearing me say it, but when I visited Brazil, I stayed with a lady, and she's Nachi, and she said, Ashley, you sleep when you're dead, okay? And I was like, yeah, right. I will sleep when I'm dead. I don't need to sleep in. But if that's a value of yours, then sleep a lot. Oh, man. Anyways, I love this coffee chat. Time is one of my favorite subjects, and write in the comments below how you spend your time. I want to know. And if you haven't liked or subscribed to our YouTube, we're at Cafe U Coffee, and I'm getting all my YouTube videos posted. I'm still figuring out how in the heck to do the shorts and send them to our other social media, so be patient with me, because I realized like this whole last week I didn't upload the whole video to YouTube from last week. So I'm learning, y'all, and this is a journey for me, but I'm having fun with it. My kids are getting a little older, I'm feeling a little bit more freedom. So tell me what you want to talk about next. I have a lot of ideas. I have pretty much the whole next 2 months planned. So I love having diversions and being re-inspired or incorporating things in there. So anyways, it was really nice chatting with y'all this morning, and if you get a chance, come up to Cafe U. I'm always hanging around, and let's get into some conversation. See you later.